It's Week 6 of the National Football League.
All eyes are on Jamar Chase. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches.
It's the Bengals and the Dolphins.
And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though. They trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Tua going to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off the play action, Tagovailoa. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Here we go.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon down inside the 40. The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from no point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This will be caught at about the 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Here we go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital. Extremely important because they fall 2 games below 500. The road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now Landry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Mixon with a first down carry. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And some room to roam now. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's a love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
10 more there and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch then.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Here we go.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mixon. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he wisely will throw that one away. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Landry now on the return. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They're thinking you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Hey, we got to go score.
From midfield now, Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Throwing again, it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. McPherson's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On play action, here's Tua. Rolling to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you're head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6.
We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far, as he's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Zach Wilson, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Here we go.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's to Chase, he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
You're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tua sets up to pass it. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Set, ready.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Burrow will throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Mixing up the middle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They go play action with Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Tua going to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Mixon running wide side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Tagovailoa will get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Looking to pass. Tua. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Tua now on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total.
Touchdown! A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win, and the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So for Cincinnati, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Miami, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.